Hi Flosstube, it's Talia. Today is November the 16th, 2015, and yeah, exit coaster. I will say today is going to be kind of a short video, because I really don't have much to talk about. Just going to show you some quick updates on my whips and what I've been working on like the last week and a half. And I did get something new, and I thought I would also tackle the Jolly Time tag, which is technically is Molly and Joe's general stitching tag. So I thought I'd answer a few of those questions. So here we go. Okay. You laugh if you see what I just set that down on. Okay. Last week I had barely started, but I had started the Christmas present for my daughter, which was the My Neck, My Back. And I finished it. So here's that. And the last video, I know I said sorry. Last video, I know I said I was going to do the border in the blue, lime green, and the orange. Well, the orange actually, let's see if I can get these out. I was originally going to do it with this. Yeah, that. But against the pink, it just wasn't standing out enough for me. So I switched it out to Plan B, which was my original plan anyway, to do this. So the border, if you can see it, there's like the teal blue, the lime green kind of going across, and the yellow. So that's that. It's a really fun piece. I really like this. I don't even like this song. The design's cute. Don't get me wrong, it's really cute, and I think she'll like it. I'm probably just gonna be cheap mom and go to the dollar store and see if this will maybe fit in a 6x9. But we'll see. I'll find something for it. And I know she'll understand, because it's not going to be her only present for Christmas, like, really. So it's just going to be one thing. I figured I'm making one for everybody for Christmas, so, but they're all small, because I know they get other things. Then we have the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Pattern, and let me show you where I'm at now, and I can kind of explain where I was at last time, because I don't feel like going through all that of trying to insert pictures of the last week's progress. I'm not doing that. Every time I try to start doing these videos, I end up coughing. It's a bad look. But here is Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now. And I think the last, make it over here. Wrong way. This way. Hey, okay. I think the last time I had really just started the red up here at the top. And so obviously I have done all of this red, and I have still all of this more to go. But guess what? There's another one over here. So there's two of these 8s. It's a lot of red. I'm gonna have to get probably 2 more skeins of the red, which was the 666. And yeah, because this right here, I'm doing 3/1. That's why it looks so dark. Because I really didn't like the coverage that I was getting with the 2/1. This is 14 count later. So, but yeah, I didn't like the coverage and the 2/1 was getting. This is pretty thick. This is three strands. And I hate working like this. I hate working 3 strands. I know that now for future reference. Because it tangles and knots up so easily. It's unbelievable. Like, I can't have very long strands. I really like to work with longer lengths of thread whenever possible, especially working in large sections of color like this. But I can't do that because it tangles up so easily. But that's coming along. And again, this is still just the first page. That's why I've really been kind of pushing on that one as much as possible, because I still have so much more to do left on it. Next we have I did have a new start, and I haven't gotten much done in it so far, obviously, as new starts usually aren't much progress. I have this, which is the Slipknot one. This is just the first little dude. And then my Paris needle minder. Because of the recent events in Paris. And this one, there's 4 more out here. There's 5 total on the top, and then there's another row with 4. Basically, the bodies are all the same, like exactly the same. It's just the heads are different. So this one has spikes coming out of his head. That's why there's like these little gaps right here. But the whole body is done in this dark gray, and I can't tell you what color it is because I don't feel like pulling it out right now. But it's this dark gray. And basically, like I said, there's 8 more of these dudes, and there's not 9 members of Slipknot. There's some of them have alternate masks. So, of course, I'm not the expert on Slipknot, so I couldn't tell you, but I know they're known for wearing these gray jumpsuits, and then they each have like different masks that they wear. But like I said, that was the main one. That was the middle one on the top. One down, not one down, but I'm still working on the first one. And that was I forgot to mention the pink one is the 28 Opal Lugana and Fancy Flamingo from Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, and that purple one is 28 Lugana and Hocus Pocus by Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. I'm still waiting on one more fabric, which I custom ordered from Chromatic Alchemy, and that is for the Dragon Ball Z one. I think she shipped it out a couple weeks ago, but I haven't gotten it yet. I'm really hoping it comes soon, because I gotta add that to my rotation. And it's really small. I might could get it knocked out in a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. Just, it's less than the pink fabric one. Only thing I really got, I did break down and get a 8-inch Q-snap from Michaels, and it's the Michaels brand. I know people have complained about it, But if it's a temporary one, it's a temporary one. I only paid $5 for it after coupon. So that's why I wrote down and got it, because it was only going to be $5. And I'm just like, why am I coughing? I'm fine. As long as I'm not trying to do these videos, I'm fine. But as soon as I started trying to do these videos, I start coughing and itching and all kinds of stuff. And that's basically it. For my whips right now. I haven't gotten anything done on Pokemon since you last saw him, because I've been really trying to push to get these other things done. And so he hasn't really been touched. What else? I was gonna say something. I forget what I'm gonna say. No. I did notice on the Facebook group, or a Facebook group. I don't even remember which one I saw it in, but someone had posted. It was a post on, show us what, it was on Wednesday. It was a post on show us what you're working on today, your whips, and Whip Wednesday. And someone had posted that they were working on Pokemon first generation one. And she had it in a hoop. She wasn't really far in it, but she had maybe about that much done. But she had it in a hoop, and I commented on it and said, kudos to, you working this in a hoop. Maybe it might help me a little bit. Maybe it might help me to move mine into a hoop, because I really don't want to work on it. It's tough for me to work on. And she commented back and said, it's a little bit easier for me to work it like this. She said, I tried it on my frame, but I was hunched over and it was a little bit awkward, trying to work on it. So I moved it to my frame, and it seems to be a little bit easier. So I thought maybe I need to try it like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do when I get a chance, when I feel like I want to get some work done on it. I have a very big 10-inch hoop that I'm gonna put it on. And I just noticed something. Before I started this video, and I actually had tried to do this video before, but I needed to. I was trying to do it straight through my webcam, and then I was going to upload it to Movie Maker to do all the editing and then post it to YouTube. But between switching screens, the camera stopped recording. So I was just like, so I got to do it straight through Movie Maker, where I can see my notes that I wanted to, because I have the tag questions copy and pasted to a note on my laptop. But going back, I noticed something, and maybe I'm the only one that never noticed this, but to me it's kind of like, oh, okay. I have two of the same type of hoop that I've acquired through the years. This one I got years ago, when I was working on the one of my old projects. Still looks the same. And then I got this one more recently, maybe a year or two ago, maybe a year ago. But they're the same. But one thing I just noticed, okay, this, I don't know if you can see, there's a number 6 right there. That means this is a 6-inch hoop. Okay. this one. Let me see it. I don't know if you can see it. There's number 10 right there. That means this is a 10-inch hoop. I never noticed that. And I think I had wondered, when I was working with this hoop, I had wondered what that 6 was about. This was my duh moment for the week. I have at least one or two of those every week. So yeah. Ta-da. And if you were one out of every 10 billion people that also didn't realize that, there you go. It's a good way to keep up with your hoop size, especially if you get these little plastic ones. I think this either came from Michael's or Walmart. Maybe this one came from Walmart. This one probably came from Michael's. I don't remember. But they're those like little plastic, pretty heavy duty plastic. And they come in different colors. Obviously, I like purple, so I get purple. Okay. So moving on. I wanted to tackle what I'm calling the Jolly Time tag, which is Joe and Molly's. Together, they did a video, and they came up with a tag, and they're just calling it the General Stitching tag. And it was posted on November the 9th of this, a couple of weeks, about words, Talia. It was posted last week. Sorry. Which was exactly 7 days ago. I just realized that. And just thought I'd do that. Okay. Question 1. How often do you stitch? Once a month, weekly, or day? How long is your typical stitching session? Okay. I try to stitch every day, especially because I've got so many patterns going on right now that need to get done. Luckily it hasn't turned into work for me. I still kind of enjoy it. Just the need, my stitchy bugs need to stitch. So I'm kind of at least doing that. But yeah, as far as how much, it depends. Like, it really depends on what I have going on. I was able to stitch during the workday a lot when I was working on Lizzie Kate, but the closer we get to Thanksgiving and Christmas, the less opportunity I'm going to have to work on it during the day. So I was trying to work on Dale Earnhardt Jr. yesterday on a Sunday, and it was still kind of busy. So I didn't really get much done. I think I only got at work. I think I only got maybe one row done the whole day. So and then when I got home, I finished off meeting where the half rows met the longer row of red. I finished that and then started on the other longer rows. But if I get home and I have to cook dinner, which I try to cook dinner at least 4 or 5 nights a week if possible. I might get an hour or two of stitching at night if I feel like it. But everything also depends on if I feel like stitching. Sometimes I might just be too tired. My brain might be just too tired to stitch. So, but then on my days off, like today, I have a lot of stuff to do today. I don't have a lot of stuff to do today, but I'm going to try to get at least 3 or 4 hours or more of stitching done today, once I get back from what I have to do. And it really just depends. Like, I can get as little as an hour stitching a day, or I can get as much as a marathon stitch for like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 hours. Average though is around about 2 to 3 hours a day. And obviously I think I just answered the second question. What was the longest one-time session you had ever stitched for? Like I said, I've marathon stitched on days off when I didn't have anything to do and I didn't leave the house. I've marathon stitched for about probably a good 10 hours. And obviously that's not 10 consecutive hours. That's, you gotta get up and go to the bathroom, or you gotta go get a snack or eat lunch, and then you come back and start stitching again. But yeah, probably about 10 hours or more. I don't even remember, but I know it was from, I remember it was from morning till evening, so a pretty good amount of time. 3. Show us your favorite needle minder. I'd love to. My favorite needle minder is still the hydrangea, but the magnet came off of it. And it's in my drawer in the other bedroom. But yeah, it was the hydrangea. It was the purple hydrangea that I had gotten from Gina's Unique Needle Minders, from Gina's. And I used it when I was working on the Lizzie Kate piece. And funny thing, when I finished the Lizzie Kate, and I went to take the needle minder off of the fabric, the magnet came off. So I'm gonna get some E6000 or something one day and put it back on. But it's still my favorite. And as far as my second favorite, I can probably show you my second favorite. You probably won't be surprised though. To do that, I have to get it off my thing. And it's very simple. But let me make sure I don't have any other ones that I think are my favorite. The thing about magnets is they want to stick to everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just have to double check. Okay. My second favorite needle minder is one I just recently purchased from Jeannie at Minding My Minders. It's Dean from Supernatural. Sexy Dean. It's too much sexiness for one man. Sorry. But yeah, that's my second favorite. My first favorite will always be the hydrangea because it does have more of a special meaning to me. So, but I had to fix it. Which all it's going to take is some glue. What does the way you stitch say about you? I like easy. I'm not going to say luckily, but strangely, I've avoided patterns. The things that I've bought, I've avoided patterns that have like a lot of specialty stitches or beading. I want to eventually get into those. I do want to try that. I do want to expand my knowledge whenever possible. But that's going to have to be saved for a time when I'm not trying to get Christmas presents done. But yeah, I like easy, I guess. whether it be the patterns. Like this Dale Earnhardt one is killing me because this is my first piece that kind of has some confetti on it. And I think even Molly and Joe are kind of divided on what this question could mean. So I'm gonna kind of answer it in both ways. My stitching style, as far as what I like to stitch, so far it's easy. It's pieces that have big blocks of color. It's pieces that don't have a lot of specialty stitches in it, or any. I'm kind of avoiding beading right now, until I get more comfortable. Eventually I think I might pick up a leather and lace. Yeah, leather and lace. Eventually I think I might pick up one of those next year and give that a go. I was originally wanting to do the Angel of Love, which is one that Molly's working on right now, but I didn't realize there was so much beading in that one, so I think I may start with a different one. And there'll probably still be a lot of beading on it, but I don't want to pick up something that I know somebody else is already working on, because I don't want it to seem like I'm copying them. Even though I saw the piece before I saw Molly working on it. But it's all good. There's a few that I would like to do. So there's a few more to pick from. So but I will get into that. The second way is that like, as far as the actual my surroundings and the way I stitch. I stitch in bed, and so just because I'm always tired and I'm more comfortable in bed, I stitch comfortably. I want to be as comfortable as possible when I'm stitching. So I sit in bed and I have my floss and all my supplies next to me in bed, and I'm slow, and I don't try to rush through stitching because it is supposed to be enjoyable, and I suppose that some people can get enjoyment when you're stitching really fast, but it's supposed to be a laid back hobby, and I'm a slow stitcher. That's why it took me 2.5 hours to get most of the outline done in the slip knot dude, except for the head part, but the body, it took me like 2.5 hours to get him done, and that's only about 120 to 130 stitches, somewhere around there. So yeah, I kind of answered it in both ways. My stitching, what does the way you stitch say about you? What I stitch, the way I stitch, as far as the things that I choose to stitch, or my technique that I like to stitch, is easy. That's probably why parking scares the crap out of me, and it's a little bit, it's too hectic for my brain to comprehend. Like, I have to have everything laid out for me. Like, okay, how do you start it? How do you end each piece? So what do you do? Blah, 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 blah. I like easy, I like simple. As far as my stitching time, also comfortable, laid back. So yeah. Next question, number 5. Is there one piece you stitched that didn't turn out the way you had wanted it to? Yeah. Believe it or not, not just, I've tried to stitch on, I don't know if you guys remember the His Name is Jesus pattern that I was working on when I first started doing my videos. And I'm going to try to go back and get a screenshot if possible. Try to get a picture of my mom's, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. But when I tried to do mine, my mom's turned out okay. It's not the colors that I would have liked, but when I tried to do mine, I tried to do it, you know, on what I was experienced at the time, which was Aida, 14 count Aida, and I was using I found these variegated threads that were on sale, and which was the artist brand from Hobby Lobby. They were marked down, and at the time, I guess I liked it. It was on a light oatmeal colored Fiddler's Aida, and it's not. I don't think it's the fabric. It's just something about that floss that's throwing me off, and I'm not crazy about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find some other way. I'm gonna restart it. I don't know if I'm gonna try to do it on an even weave or frog what little bit is done on the Fiddler's Aida and just try a different floss. I don't know. Maybe expand myself and try some silks or something. I don't know. But yeah, that one doesn't really turn out the way I wanted it to, so I'm gonna be restarting that in 2016. So yeah, the one that hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to was the His Name is Jesus, for the one I'm doing for myself. Just not happy with it right now. Question 6. What do you find the easiest thing / type of pattern to stitch? Obviously patterns that don't have any beading or specialty stitches or half stitches or anything like that. I like patterns that have more blocks of color as opposed to a lot of confetti. But I'm going to be working on a lot of different patterns next year, so you know, you can't always work on your favorite kind. You can't always work on what's easy. So, but yeah, I like different things. So yeah, definitely like working on things that have just blocks of color. Number 7. Are you planning on starting a new piece in the next year that you would consider a challenge? More than likely. I have quite a few that I have in mind that I'm going to start next year. My January 1st I'm going to be starting the Lost Boys one, and I'm still going back and forth on what to stitch it on. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a 16 count, just a 16 count Aida, because it's very large. It's a very large full coverage piece. It's meant to look like the poster, but it's like a smaller version of it. But as far as challenges, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any, as far as I know right now, I don't have any like chatelaines or mirabilias or anything like that planned, but that doesn't mean that I won't go ahead and go for it. Yeah, it just depends. I might try to I might try to get a Heaven and Earth, because I have a few in my cart that are just like really calling out to me. And then lastly, what was or is the best stitching product you were enabled to buy? Considering that I started from basic when I first started Flosstube, I learned so much over these last 6 months or so, since starting to watch Flosstube and really getting back into stitching. The best products that I've been able to buy would be two things. Would be both the needle minders in general, or the Q-snap, because I really like this thing. Like, I really like this thing. Like, my dealer in heart sits on it right now, and even though the width is literally this wide from the edge of this to the edge of this, I still try to keep it on there. I keep having to adjust the top piece because it slides. But yeah, this is probably the best thing. The tension is better than just the hoop. But yeah, I mean, I'd also like being able to expand my knowledge into even weave so far. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, I don't know if it's going to be next week, not next week, but the week after Thanksgiving, when she first opens back up, but probably the first week of December, I'm going to go and check out my LNS, which I still have yet to be able to check out because the last couple of months she's been closed for family issues, which will maybe about the last month or so, because there's a message. I haven't gone by there, but there's a message when you try to call the store saying that she will be returning the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to check it out then or not, but I definitely will be checking it out the first week of December. And why the heck did I just freaking get into this tangent about my LNS? I don't know. Oh, God, I remember now. Because I was going to mention that I did eventually want to try to see what stitching on linen was like. But right now I'm still sticking with my Ada and my even weave, depending on what the project is. And I have a couple of things coming that I got off of Listia, and I'm so excited to show you guys. The one thing in particular, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to start it. And it has a saying on it that really clinched the deal for me. Like, this is, at first when I saw it, I was like, it's cute. But then I had to ask the girl what the saying was around the outside, and she told me. I'm like, that's it. I have to get it. I have to win this. So, and I did. So, and I can't wait to show you guys what that is. Hopefully next time I'll be able to show you my fabric from Chromatic Alchemy, maybe with the new start on it. I think once you see it, you're really gonna like it because the fabric matches. It's inspired by the actual scene that happens in Dragon Ball Z when the fusion happens. It's inspired by the actual Dragon Ball Z. So I really hope you guys are gonna like it. I think you will. It's really cool. If you've seen, what is it? I think if you've seen the Chromatic Alchemy page, there's a green one, and I can't remember the name of it. My brain is trying to say Eye of Newt, but it's green and it has like the rays. It's like a lighter green. It has like rays going out. It's kind of similar to that. It's similar. I'm thinking she probably used the same process, but it's going to be more whites and light and blues. So that'll be fun. Ooh, that's basically it. That's all I have for today. And so that's 40 minutes for when I said it wasn't going to be a long video. See, I talk too much. That's the problem. Going into next week, I'm just going to be working some more on my 3 projects this week. I'm going to be honest, may or may not get anything done on Pokemon. But we'll see. If I have to do something else, I might get a few stitching it on Pokemon. I don't know. No promises. Just continuing to work on what I have going on now, and if my fabric shows up for the Dragon Ball Z, I already have the flosses kitted up. I'm going to try to make a quick stop by the college today to go to the library and see if I can print out a couple of the patterns. That'll save me a lot of trouble, because doing them digitally is kind of a pain in the butt, because I have to use my laptop or my phone, and I like to watch. I like to be watching something, whether it be on Netflix or Hulu or even Flosstube. It's kind of hard to do that when you're having to go back and forth between the video and your pattern. But I like working with printed patterns. But we'll see how that goes. Plans can be changed. Things can happen, plans can change. So we'll see. And hopefully next week, if my stuff comes in from Wistia, I will be sure to show you guys. And until then, have a blessed week. Have a great stitchy week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.